Union. Unity. Right beside me is my community. Look up, around, left, right, down the block of me. So much. We. Union, unity, right beside me is my community. Look up, around, left, right, down the block of me. So much we could build, do, change, be for the better in perpetuity, in unison, in unity as community. Believe it or not, I still believe in a sweet horizon plot out there somewhere in some galaxy. So sue me, I mean truly. We be losing so much, so many, so frequently. There's still good and there's plenty, but we really don't have the timeless time, do we? Every day I see you see me, we don't speak no more. Scores of neighbors passing by each other like strangers down streetways, building hallways, bus and trainways, and we usually don't even wave. Let's change those ways. Spend more days helping and seeing each other along these daily means and daily ways and life waves.
Well, the track came about by myself and my collaborator, Ange, who's a jazz pianist. It was a piece he had already done on the piano that I sampled and then made the beats and put everything else around it. And once we had made the track, we just immediately thought, oh, spoken word would be really cool on this. And we were talking with the label, and Ursula Rucker was one of the first who would be like, oh, wouldn't it be great to get somebody like Ursula Rucker? And then I just decided to contact her. I'd never spoken to her before, hit her up. And yeah, she was really receptive to the idea, thankfully. And she went and took it to where it is now. So that's basically the story of In Union. What is my creative process? My creative process for this particular project, it was all made in collaboration with Andre Louis, who is my next door neighbour in this block of apartments we live in. So we just met last summer by accident, and we didn't know we lived beside each other. So the creative process for this was me either sampling existing recordings he already had, or I would start something with a Rhodes or piano part in mind and send that to him and get him to sort of freestyle, and then I would sample that and maybe send it back to him to add more instrumentation and stuff. So that's how the creative process with this project worked. What are my artistic beginnings or background? Well, I've been producing music, releasing music for 22 years now. So yeah, my first release was in the year 2000 on Four Heroes label, Reinforced Records, which is kind of a connection to Ursula Rucker as well. And yeah, I've been producing for record labels ever since, mostly jungle and drum and bass, but in the last number of years I've branched out and I'm doing a kind of jazz neo-soul live project called Searchlight with another producer from Ireland called Beta 2. That's signed to Goldie's record label, Fallen Tree. And then I also just started a solo alias for broken beat sort of styles, jazzy sort of broken beat styles. Yeah, that's called Brooke Rogers. So yeah, just making all different kinds of music as long as it's kind of soul based and it makes people want to move or it moves their feelings, then yeah, that's what I'm about. Where am I from and where am I currently based? I'm from Dublin in Ireland, born and raised, and I moved to London, England in 2006, and I've been there ever since. And yeah, great city, both great cities, love them both. Is there a creative community where I live? And if so, what is it like? Well, I live in the centre of London, so yes, I would say there's, in the wider sense, endless creative people in this city, coming into this city, passing through this city, from this city. And the UK in general, and Ireland as well, there's just an amazing amount of talent out there to tap. So yeah, the UK and then more specifically London, and even in my neighbourhood, there is talent, proven by the fact that this song with Ursula and the whole album that we've made that it's on is made with my next door neighbour, and the area of London we live in is called Kilburn, which is what we call the album Kilburn, and it also is just short distance, 10 minutes up the road from where Four Heroes studio was, which is where Ursula would have recorded with them in the late 90s, and that was also part of the reason she was happy to get involved, because she had a familiarity with the area and she liked the whole story, sort of community aspect to what we were doing with the album. So yeah, London's a great place to be, and turns out my apartment block is too.